Hello everyone, this is PHTV Channel 4 in Palos Heights. I'm Sue Jankowski and we are here with Meet with Moraine. This is a program we do every month where you get to meet different heads of departments and places that we really frequent over at Moraine Valley Community College. And today we are really fortunate to have Phil Davis with us. He is the Educational Case Manager for TRIO Student Support Services. Hi, Phil.
Hello, how you doing?
Good. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
You know, there's so many services that I think our viewers can be unaware of. So it's nice to be able to actually introduce them to something that may benefit them or a student or a grandson or daughter or whatever. So we're really happy to hear about this sort of thing. But just on a personal note, it's always fun for us and me to find out what led you to Moraine Valley Community College, and just a little history. How long have you been there?
Well, actually, I started in Moraine in 2020 in January, right before the pandemic.
Oh, wow.
And so as soon as I got there in March, everyone had to evacuate, and we had to make transitions that way.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I've been there since then. Before that, I was a high school teacher. I taught at a school called Urban Prep on the south side of Chicago. So I'm not too unfamiliar with TRIO because before that I worked at Prairie State College as a tutor for TRIO. So I just wanted to get into higher education. I have a passion for students and helping them and assisting them achieve their dreams and goals.
Well, it sounds like it was a really good fit for you since you had that background in TRIO already, and you like to, I'm a former teacher too, so okay. You do have to have that love of wanting to share, what you know or learn things and pass them on to kids and help them navigate their way through their education.
I agree.
It's great.
Yes.
And what a heck of a time to start.
I know.
2020.
Yeah, everyone jokes with me like, wow, when you started, Phil, you started and then had to go back home.
Yeah. It's been great knowing you. Bye-bye.
Right.
Oh, gosh. Well, things have gotten a little bit better since then. I know it's still a struggle at the schools and everywhere, but at least, people are back attending, and that's a good thing.
That's true.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I guess the first thing we really want to find out is what is TRIO and what kinds of students is the support services. So what kinds of students do you support with TRIO? Okay,
well, a lot of people don't know that TRIO has been around since 1964.
Oh, wow.
It's a federally funded program. TRIO Student Support Services started in 1968, and we help first-generation college students and students with disabilities attend college and ultimately graduate from college.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what TRIO is all about. We're one of 8 other programs in TRIO. The first one that was started was Upward Bound, and they deal more so with high school students. And once they graduate high school, they transition into college. Okay,
so it's really for people who really maybe don't have the kind of guidance they may need outside the educational community, and you're there to support that so that they can be successful.
Yes.
With this.
Yes.
So if it started in 1964, and these were it was in high schools.
Right, in high schools, and then it was part of the Economic Recovery Act. Once it transitioned, student support services, we're more so housed in colleges, either 2-year or 4-year colleges. And, most students, who are first generation, they don't have any inkling on how to navigate through college, and they might need some additional support. In my role as an educational case manager, I'm more so of an advocate for them also. If they have any issues with professors or if they're suffering academically, that's when I step in and try to guide them in the right direction. Okay,
so they get into, do they know about this? Like, say their teachers or their guidance counselors or whatever in high school say, this is someone who could use a little bit of a helping hand. And so are you given kind of like a heads up to these kids as they're entering the higher school, the Moraine Valley?
Sometimes we do, depending on, if we have somebody that serves as a resource there. A lot of students that are affiliated with TRIO or know about TRIO will come to us and ask for help. You know, we'll provide them information on the services that we provide, and once they graduate, they kind of, you know, transition to us, and then we just take it from there and help them.
Okay. So do their teachers, once they're in Moraine Valley, do their teachers there say, hey, I really got someone here who's really struggling? Do they kind of give you a heads up on that?
Sometimes. Often that happens for the professors and the instructors that know about TRIO. And that's something that we're trying to do now, is to you know, make our presence known a little bit heavier on campus, so that professors and instructors know who we are, and if they do find a student like you just described, they can refer that student to us, and then we'll be able to help them and make sure that they get all of the resources that they need.
Okay, well that's good, because some kind of fall through the cracks then, and they don't know what to do to get help, or they don't reach out because they don't feel confident enough maybe to ask, you know, for help when they really need it. So if they did get referred to you, or you became aware of them, what kind of services would you actually get them involved in?
All right. Well, this is the fun part. So we do academic coaching. We do career and personal support. The career and personal support piece, we collaborate with our Job Resource Center. And the Job Resource Center always keeps us up to date on internships, job opportunities, work-study opportunities on campus for students. We also help the student fill out the FAFSA. That's the financial aid application, which now is all online, but it's still somewhat confusing for a new student navigating through that. So we sit there with that student and help them fill out that correctly. We also do scholarship searches for students, and we try to find any type of financial assistance that can help them with their tuition. We do workshops on a variety of topics, such as time management, financial literacy. We just did one last year about helping them, you know, make a budget and having good credit and things of that nature. We also do cultural field trips, where we would take our students, and they don't have to pay for anything, take our students to like an opera or a museum, just to expose them to other things. So those are just some of the services that we provide. And we also have our own in-house tutor. And this tutor is there on certain days that helps our students with you know, whatever academics that they're suffering in. And when that tutor isn't involved, myself and the other part-time educational case manager, we serve as tutors as well. So we basically just provide and connect our TRIO scholars, that's what I like to call them, TRIO scholars, to every resource available at Moraine and beyond Moraine, so they can be successful.
That's fantastic, because for even the most, you know, well-prepared student, when you advance to that next level of college, it can be overwhelming, it can be confusing.
Yes.
It can be, you know, where I think you get to a certain age in your life and you don't want to look stupid.
That's true.
So you don't want to ask the question, even though we keep saying there's no stupid questions.
Exactly.
There is an age where you think all your questions are kind of stupid, and you should know. So it's really nice that they have an avenue to get some help, and with other students who are needing help too, and even that collaboration between them, I think, would be helpful. That I'm struggling with this, oh, you are too.
Absolutely, absolutely, and it's interesting you mentioned that, because we have a peer-to-peer support group where, you know, the peers they come together and create their own time to study, and you know, just trying to form a sense of community, you know, with our students. If I'm struggling in math and you are too, well, let's get together and try to figure it out.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
you know, and I think too, with like a commuter college, I think it's more difficult to connect with people. You're not living on campus, you're not eating together necessarily or whatever. You have a job maybe that
That's true.
you drive there in your car in the morning, you leave right away.
Absolutely.
So you don't have those connections that are really important in a student's life.
That's true. And that's another point that you made. I recently directed a promotional video for Trio. It's on our main website last year with current Trio students. And the slogan that we came up with was Trio is family. And that's where we try to make it a family. A lot of people in the building joke around with our office in particular because we always have food available. It's always food on the desk. And sometimes, everything is not always academic. I mean, sometimes we just want to check in with you and see how you're doing. Sit down and have a snack. Let's talk about the Bulls game, or just to keep them engaged in that way. To know that it is a family, you're always going to be supported. So,
and that's a good thing. Food will always bring them in.
Yes.
and also you do want friendships, and you want to connect with adults. They're not an adult, but adults who have experience. And
Yes.
so to have that, and they may not have that support at home. And so,
Absolutely.
they get it at school. That is a really great thing.
Yes.
So with that, do they have a specific mentor, some of them, or is there a mentoring program, or just Trio is the mentorship?
Yeah, I would say Trio is the mentorship. I mean, Moraine Valley does have their own mentoring program called Dream, but that's separate from our department. But for me, as a case manager, I have my own caseload of students that I talk to, and it's a high-touch environment. We always call in, send an email, seeing how they're doing. So it's a long-lasting mentoringship. As long as the student is a Trio scholar, they're always going to have us, mentor them, guide them in the right direction. So, but Trio, the Student Support Service, that is the mentorship.
Yeah, that's them connecting with with a group of people, a community, a family.
Yes.
Okay, so you've got them on the right path, and they're comfortable with getting the support from Trio, and now they're finishing their time at Moraine Valley, whether it's 2 years, 1 year, 3 years, who knows, but they want to move on to getting a 4-year degree. Can you help them with that too?
Yes, we can. And one of the things that we help them with that is our transfer advising. We take them to, because sometimes a student doesn't know how to transfer to a 4-year university. We review the credit hours that they've taken at Moraine to make sure that the courses that they did take will actually transfer to the school that they choose, because sometimes a student can be taking courses that won't even transfer, and that's like a waste of time and money.
Yeah.
So we help them with that. And then another benefit that we offer is if a student does say, well, I want to go to Illinois State, help me fill out this application. Most universities expect you to pay an application fee. We waive that for them. They don't have to pay anything. So we have a fee waiver. That's another
nice.
Another incentive for Trio scholars. So if there's anything dealing with them having to write an essay or a personal statement, I help with that. I have to put my degree to use because both my degrees are in English, a BA and my master's in English. So I try to use that to help them, effectively communicate their thoughts and everything on paper. So we do help them with that.
That's good, because those are tough to do on your own if you've never done it before.
They are, yes.
Going back to your help with the FAFSA, I remember when I was filling out the FAFSA for my kids, I went to huge seminars on how to fill it out. The gym was full of parents going, "Oh, what do you do?"
Yep.
So that's great that there's a way. I mean, it's good it's on a computer now, which it wasn't back in the dark days. And I, think that, but still, it's so complicated.
It is.
That just that could make you think, well, I can't do this. I'm not going to. So
That's
that
true.
help is great.
It is, and a lot of, and you'll be surprised. A lot of students and parents just give up. Like, I'm not, this is just too much.
It's too hard.
I mean,
yeah.
it's line by line, but the more. That's why I really embrace the training that we receive as educational case managers, because we go to those trainings to learn how to fill out the FAFSA, how to help students fill it out correctly. So it's really been a great help for me. So far, we haven't had any issues as far as helping students complete that.
That's good.
The right way.
That's good. And so then you get them into that next step, and then they leave, and hopefully then they can complete their whole college education and get their 4-year degree.
Yes.
But you're right. It's so helpful to have someone say, "Hey, these courses you're trying to take, they are not going to get you where you want to go."
Right.
And that is a waste of time and money, and no education is a waste. So I hate to say that, but if you have a goal in mind, you want to complete that sometimes
Absolutely.
quickly. So that's a really great opportunity for them to learn, what should I be taking?
Absolutely, and that's another thing that we do. When I mentioned the collaboration with the Job Resource Center, they normally come in and speak to our students and give them different career options, because a lot of students they come in undecided, not knowing what they want to do. Some figure it out, later on, but as long as you have something to do a compare and contrast on where you want to go career-wise, I think it's very helpful.
It is. It's very helpful. And it seems to me, through the years of talking with the various departments at Moraine Valley Community College, they've been so great about helping students navigate their way to their future career and goals, because you're 17, you're 18, you're 19, you don't really know what you want to do necessarily. I mean, some people have a goal in mind forever, but that's a rare person.
That's true. That is true. I mean, I can, think of my own life experience. I mean, because I was into athletics. I played basketball and, had scholarships and things of that nature. But as far as knowing what career path I wanted to go into, it took a minute for me to figure it out. So I truly understand.
Yes, exactly. Well, this sounds like a great opportunity for students who need that guidance, and even if they don't need a lot of guidance, to have the support of a community, a family, like you said. That sounds great. If someone didn't get referred, or you didn't know, can people students just kind of come into your office and say, "Hey, I'm kind of struggling"?
Truly, yes. I mean, we welcome that. I mean, we take walk-ins all the time, and sometimes, even if it's a student that doesn't want to become a TRIO scholar, we'll still, if we have the time available, we'll still help them. We'll still guide them. We'll still, give them the phone number that they can contact, because that's who we are. We're, student support services.
Right, come on.
Right.
Okay, so if someone wanted to get a hold of it, or someone was on the just starting school, like maybe they will be starting in the fall term, and they're seeing this program and thinking, yeah, this is something my student could use. How would they kind of contact you?
Well, they can contact us by phone. Our office number is 708-974-5648. They can also contact us by email at trioSSS@morainevalley.edu. And they can call us, email us, and either myself or our other part-time educational case manager will get back with them, and we'll give them an application and sign them up.
Okay. Well, that sounds good. It sounds like a really great chance for kids, students. Is there some age limit to? Is it mostly younger people?
No, it's really no age limit. I mean, we've had older college students, And also, I forgot to mention, we do college tours as well. We just did one last year. We went to Illinois State University. So if a student wants to or has an interest in a school that's in Illinois, they'll tell me, and then I'll contact the university and we'll go visit. So they can have an immersive experience, you know, walking around the campus, talking to people, seeing where they, possibly will be sitting in class. So it can, get into their subconscious mind, like I can actually be here one day.
That's fantastic, because, they might not have the wherewithal to like go look at the school, or, because it's kind of a big deal to go to a school, and you're kind of lost when you get there.
It is. So. I mean, that in itself is kind of overwhelming.
It really
You're coming
is.
from a small, 2-year university to this big, massive place. So yeah.
That sounds great. Well, Phil, thank you so much for bringing that information to our viewers today, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
This has been a great opportunity for you at home. If you have someone you know, or someone in your family, or grandparents, parents, want to mention this to your possible student, old or young, they can get some help over at Moraine Valley with TRIO Student Support Services. Thanks for watching us today. Thanks, Phil, for being here.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.